All right, so I'm here with Ashley from Lazy Livin Fiber. Ashley, tell us a little bit about yourself and your shop.
I am located outside of Salt Lake City, and I am a mother of six, and I love the fiber arts. I love spinning. I love knitting. I love anything I can get my hands on. Can get any fiber. I just love it.
Yes. Ashley is amazing. I met Ashley through a local yarn store. Um, we did knit nights and stuff together. Ashley's fantastic and she's an amazing spinner. Um, I actually have a couple of things here just so you can see. Like, I just got this from her. I love it. This is the Rusty truck. It's very nice. As well as this is some of her hand spun. Just Ashley, you just have this really great way with colors. You're really good at planning them out when you spin.
I love nature, and I love photography pictures, and I love the natural colors, and I love to put those together.
That's awesome. So, what are some things that you have in your shop currently that you are really excited about?
Um, so I am not dyeing as much new sock yarn or anything anymore. What I really love is spinning, and because I love spinning so much that I can't keep it all. And there's so many beautiful patterns out there that I also try to spin with a specific weight yarn so that people can use it. So I have like Polworth that has this great poof, but it also has the beautiful softness to it. And I also want to make it more affordable for more people. So I also have smaller skeins of yarn so that more people can have the opportunities to play with hand spun who might not be able to afford such a big skein. But then I also want people who would like to do a bigger project. So I try to have at least two skeins of bigger ones. But then someone ends up buying one. And so then I only have one left.
Yeah.
But my goal is to try to have a range of anything, a range of sock yarn that is more time consuming. So the price is going to be higher to thicker, smaller yarns so that it could be budget friendly for anybody. I just want the fiber to get in as many people's hands as possible.
I love those colors. Those are so beautiful. And I love that you have that range of prices and stuff to make things more affordable because it's true. Like, because it's a lot of time and love put into hand spun, the bigger ones, rightfully so, are going to cost more. So it's awesome that you offer the smaller options. Um, so do you have anything currently that you're working on with your hand spun that you could show us?
I do. I have a knitting project that I'm working on with some of my own hand spun. It's a very big project that I spun. It took me I probably picked it up and put it down in close to almost a year, but it is a very thin fingering weight, and it also has 3 plies in it.
Oh,
So
wow.
I don't know if you can see that there's 3 different colors going on in those yarn.
That's beautiful.
So I have over 2,000 yards of it, which is more than I need, but this is just going to be a big low Hohi Locatelli boxy. So
Ooh, I love the way that it's striping.
yeah, that's just the hand spun nature of it. So with hand spun and with spinning, I just love how you can take any type of fiber and everyone could do something different with it, or you can all try to do something the same because the way you pull it and draft it and all of the different things you can do with it will have different outcomes. So it's really fun to play and experiment with to see what you want as the end result.
That's amazing. Yeah, I'm amazed. I'm constantly amazed by the things that you can do and all the ways that you spin and the way you work with color. You also have been working on some things that you start with the fleece.
I do. I do have some of that. I'm going to go out of shot real quick and I'll just show you. Oh, I also have another pattern that I'm currently knitting up with some hand spun. This is Andrea Mowry's Night Shift. So it goes down from the teals to a tealy pink to just a pink. And we're just now introducing up here a darker mauve type color.
That's gorgeous.
So that's what I was really hoping for, if I could sell smaller bits of handspun that people could be able to do just a little bit of, just splash it in there with their projects. So I have some washed CVM.
Mm-hmm.
These tips are a little bit bleached because this guy didn't have a jacket on. And he was a little bit longer, but when he got washed, he shrunk. He goes back out. And so I like to comb it into these little nests. I wish you could feel, I'll do this.
Oh my gosh, that looks so squishy.
How springy it is. The individual fibers you can kind of see going up right here. I don't know if you can. It gives this will be a very springy, beautiful yarn.
I love that. So what do you typically spin with, especially the things that are available in your shop? What fibers are they usually made up of?
So my fibers that I spin up for the shop are usually they're already processed combed top. Mm-hmm. To try to get prices down, I usually buy the comb top in bulk and then dye it myself. If somebody wanted something natural from a sheep and all of the work, I don't think anybody would want to actually pay for it. So in order to try to make things a little bit more budget friendly, I tried to use just already processed comb top, which that I dye.
That's awesome. And is that usually merino or?
So I've got all kinds of different bases, because the fun thing about spinning is that you can do things that people can't do commercially as much. So this is organic Polworth. This one's really fun. This is mohair nylon merino. So I don't know if you see all of the halo that it has.
Yes, and I love those colors.
And then I just have some BFL, which is a much sturdier type yarn, and some more BFL. I do have merino. I didn't grab the skeins, but I usually spin with things other than merino, because merino is so much easier to get commercially. So I was trying to expand people's horizons with different fibers. And so Polworth, to me, it has the softness that merino has, mm-hmm. but it also has more strength. So I think it's such a great alternative, and it's something that you don't see very often in commercial yarns.
I love that. So is there anything else that you have that you'd like to share that we haven't covered?
I still have what I consider to be pretty sock weight yarn. I just think that there's so much you can do with sock yarn. So that's one of the main reasons I like to carry it, because you could do so many different projects and you can carry it double. And then I just love minis, so that I think they're just so much fun to have. Yes.
So for me, minis sometimes scare me because I don't know what would be good projects other than socks. Do you have any that knits that you've made using minis that you really liked?
So I love scrappy projects. I love the scrappy blankets, but I also see people who are so artistic with their knits, and they will do a shawl, and you could have just a pop of each individual color.
Oh, I love that.
Like Stephen West, he has such great things, but he also will add texture. So he'll have little pops of mohair and things. So I think scraps or minis are perfect just to do little pops of color. You could do gradients. There's so much more than just heel, toes, and cuffs for socks for minis. And it's also a great way to check out a dyer without investing in a whole skein of yarn, then you can get multiples. And I know some people will even sell them individually so that you could try them out.
Yeah, I love that. I'm going to show off just for anybody who's watching. So I made this ripple bralette using some of the sock yarn from your shop, and I love it. It was a lot of fun to knit up. So that's another thing, if you're looking for a sock yarn project, that's really fun. And I was also able to get a matching pair of socks, which is fun. So, yeah, well, thank you so very much for coming and doing this interview, Ashley.
Thank you for inviting me. I love talking fiber.
Yeah, it's great. You can find Ashley on Instagram at Lazy Livin Fiber and at her website, which is www.lazylivinfiber.com.